open for the Katie Couric Show. She's played all over the country. And I'm going to bring up, let's give a big warm welcome for Tracy Locke.
I just spent a couple months in Los Angeles. Who has spent time in LA? Anyone? Anyone? Okay, yeah. So I went out to Hollywood, sight unseen. I'd never been there. And I was so excited to go because I was like, oh my God, I'm going to be a star. This is going to be fantastic, right? So here is me on the way out to Hollywood. I'm like, hooray for Hollywood, da-da-da-da-da-da-da, Hollywood. And then I pull up and I'm like, oh my God, this isn't good. If this is Hollywood, it looks just like the hood. Like, I am thinking 90210, this was 90210 shit. Because Hollywood is a rat hole, you guys. I had no idea, okay? So I'm there to work on a movie, and they're like, we want you to really embody the role that you're going to be. So you're going to be a single mom that works at Starbucks. And I was like, what do you mean? So we want you to work at Starbucks. I was like, you want me to work at Starbucks? I don't even drink coffee, okay? So I had no idea what I was in for. And let me tell you what, Shakespearean actors need to memorize less. This is crazy. Because I was there at 5 o'clock in the morning, and these girls would walk in, and they were gorgeous. They were like you. They were all put together. The hair, look at you, you look surprised. You're gorgeous. Hello. Hey, yes, you. Okay. Totally put together with like the hair, the makeup. It's 5 a.m. Hair, makeup, stack heels, purse, little dog in the purse, right? And they come in, they're like, excuse me, I would like a mocha coca frappuccino. Can you blend that twice? Can you put a shot in the top and a shot in the bottom? Could you put whipped cream? Could you put sprinkles? Could you put cinnamon? I was like, stop! You are needy. What's happening in your life that is your drink order? She was pissed, so she just stops right out with her little dog. But because it's Los Angeles, you have to pay for parking. So she comes back like 3 seconds later and she's like, excuse me, do you validate? And I was like, I think you're terrific. And she was like, I don't get it. And I was like, I know, that's why I get paid all the free banana bread I can eat, okay? But everything in California is different. It's like a bubble out there, you guys. If you spend any time, everyone thinks they're so PC, but they have to be political. In order to be politically correct, you have to know what's happening in the world. So there's this guy who came in as I'm working at Starbucks, and he's got the whole man bun and the yoga mat and the whole thing going on, and he's like, man, I can't believe I just got stuck in traffic behind this guy. And he had this free Tibet sticker on the back of his car. If I see one more free Tibet sticker, I'm going to freak out. Who is this guy anyway? I was like, it's a country next to China. And he was like, why doesn't China help him out? I'm like, wow. Right? But the thing is, too, in California, if you ever go out there in the Los Angeles area, see, the thing I love about being on the East Coast is you know when you're on the road exactly who you're dealing with. You know exactly what's going on. You know how you can tell? Alumni stickers in the back of their car. Okay, in California, there are no alumni stickers on any car. So you have no idea. Here in Connecticut, when you are driving on the road, if you see Brown, if you see Yale, if you see Harvard Law, you have 2 hands on the wheel, you don't get too close to that car, you don't tailgate, you don't cut them off, you don't do anything. You know what I mean? You stay straight. If you see Capital Community College, you're like, get out of the way! You know what to do. That's all I'm saying. California, you don't know who you're dealing with. So I was so glad to get back to the East Coast, and I came back mainly because I want to spend as much time with my father as I can. You guys are going to love this. My father, Papa Locke, 80 years old and still teaches high school. Give it up for my dad. 80. He spent 40 years in the corporate world, and then he decided he wanted to give back and do something fun, so he thought he would teach, okay? So here's the deal. They made him a permanent sub, and when they first had him at 79, They put him into 2nd grade. And I called him up and I go, Dad, how'd it go in 2nd grade? He was like, oh, Jesus Christ, it was like whack-a-mole. One kid got up, the other sat down. One kid got up, the other sat down. I ran out of chalk. He was throwing chalk at 2nd graders. So they moved him to high school. And they moved him not only to high school, but freshman history class. Oh. Okay, you guys, you're gonna get an idea of what my father's like. So I said to him, how'd it go in the freshman history class? He's like, well, I got in a little bit of trouble. I said, what do you mean? Well, I told the kids that I was in Vietnam, and I killed 10 Chinese guys with 1 bullet, and they stood in a line. You can't tell stories like that. He goes, what? I said they were Chinese, it was Vietnam. If they don't know the difference, they needed a better history teacher. You are the history teacher. So then, in their wisdom, they sent him to ESL. English as a 2nd language, okay? So, of course, you know, I have to follow up on him. I go, Dad, so how'd ESL go? He goes, I got sent to the principal's office. What do you mean? He goes, a kid was acting up and I called him a prickerino. He's making up Spanish words in Spanish. Please don't do that, Dad. Please don't do that, Dad. So now he's fine. He's actually on the school board making decisions for the whole district. Isn't that great? But I'm making my dad out to be a jerk. He has a softer side. He's a sweetheart. So this year at 80 was the first time I ever had to take him, because he'd done it himself, for a colonoscopy. And, I don't know if I'm sure you've experienced this, but I had never experienced anything like this. And as you know, when they come out of a colonoscopy, they're in the twilight stage, okay? But nobody tells you that they're in the twilight stage. So my father, you have to picture my father. My father's like a little bit taller than me, just a little bit tall. And he's got this big, booming Ted Knight voice, you know, like really loud. And he can't hear anything, so he doesn't realize how loud he is, right? So he comes shuffling out from after the thing, and I go, Dad, how did it go? And he goes, oh God, I think I'm leaking. Okay, you know what, Dad? I said, go to the nurse right over there and ask her for a Depends, and she'll let you one and you'll be fine. So in the 2 seconds, I'm telling you, you guys know this, the 2 seconds I go to get my purse, to put my keys in there, he shuffles not up to the nurse, but to a full reception area waiting room, right? While everyone's in there. And he shuffles up to the poor receptionist, and he knocks on her glass window, and she's like, can I help you? And he goes, yeah, I think I'm leaking. Do you have a tampon? All my dad needs is toxic shock syndrome, you know what I mean? Hey, Dad! But as you get older, you realize how important your parents are, and my parents are the best, and you all know what an influence you have on your children's lives. And I didn't realize what an influence my parents had, of course, until I got older. But my parents did crazy things. Like, my parents sent me to Catholic school in 3rd grade. Do we have any Catholic school survivors in the house? Raise your hand. With loud and proud. Come on. She's like, yeah, blah, 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 blah. And let me tell you what. My parents sent me to Catholic school in the 3rd grade, and I'm a Jew, okay? 600 Catholics and 1 Jew, you guys. But it actually turned out all right. They recognized my God-given ability and elected me class treasurer. I'm proud to say that our 3rd grade budget went from $187 to over $40,000 in municipal bonds. All the other kids went to the zoo for their class trip. We went on safari, all right? And I got the nuns a Range Rover to commemorate the day. But I made them put a sticker on the back so they'd never forget me. It said, St. John Bosco, we cruise with Jews. But here's the deal, because I was a Jewish kid, they automatically assumed that I'd be great with money, right? So they put me in charge of bingo worldwide, which was a lot of pressure, okay? But because I was, Jewish, they're like, we gotta toughen you up. So here was their brilliant idea. They had me stay in at recess and watch 1940s gangster films. You guys know what I'm talking about? Like Edward G. Robinson, Jimmy Cagney, like that's gonna make me tough. It didn't make me tough, it just made me weird. Because after a month of staying in at recess, here's me in the 3rd grade lunch line. I was like, say, lunch lady, what's the big idea? You just gonna stand there all day, give me the fish eye? Do the right thing and sling me some sloppy joe. This is how it's gonna go. See, you're gonna be chocolate milk, pretend there's no breaking milk. Got it, got it, got it, got it. And if you know what's good for you, you'll give me extra tater tots. 13 extra tater tots. I like you, lunch lady. You're moxie. And they all looked at me like you're looking at me, so like, what the hell happened to you? I'm gonna tell you, because my mother tried to help me fit in. You know what I'm saying? Like, she tried to help me a lot. Do you remember when we went to school and your mother actually made the birthday cake that you brought in? My mother made a rum cake. She used Bacardi 151, the whole bottle. You know what we did for recess? Passed out. The nuns were like, yes! They made my mother the room mother, and she would bring in bags for them of wine, but she'd have it in brown bags, and she'd write Jesus juice on the outside. I was like, no idea. And the thing that's crazy is my parents, they so badly want me, to get married, and they want kids, and they want, grandchildren for me. And the thing is, they want me to marry a nice Jewish guy. Right? But I'm really athletic. Like, I love sports, and I love being out, I love doing athletic stuff. And so I was like, you know what? I don't know. I want an athletic guy. And they're like, well, why don't you just marry a nice athletic Jewish guy? Like, say that again out loud. So all right? Finding a nice athletic Jewish guy, that's like finding a unicorn, all right, you guys? When's the last time you heard this? Now, starting at center for the New York Knicks, standing at 5'3", it's Harvey Finkelstein. We are not that athletic as a group, okay? It took us 40 years to get out of the desert, for Christ's sake. Now we go. Does anyone have directions? Why do I feel like we've been here before? Harvey, give me a camel. I said a camel with 2 humps. You don't want me to really have to balance myself, do you? Come on, Harvey. Sad, scary part. This poor guy is like, shit, don't worry, it's all right. That's a real person. That is my Aunt Sheila. She's been married to Harvey for 45 years. Give it up for 45 wonderful years. And so I said to her, they're having a big anniversary party, I said, Aunt Sheila, so you've been married for 45 years. What do you want for your present? It's a big deal. She goes, you know what I want for my present? A suicide pact. I want Harvey to go first, make sure it works. Oh my God, she's unbelievable. But the thing is, I love her voice. There's something about her that I was like, this is, I got to do something with her voice, Aunt Sheila. I don't want anyone to forget her. And then I thought about it. In our world today, with all this technology, we're always being talked to, told what to do. Siri is telling you what to do. Waze is telling you what to do. And I was like, you know what? I can invent a new thing. Instead of a GPS, how about a GPS? Not only will it tell you where to go, but it will comment on where you're going. Can you see it? I'm driving my car, like, oh, you're going to his house again? The boyfriend that has you on the emotional roller coaster. First you're up, then you're down. First you're up, then you're down. He can't decide what to do. Turn around! He's not even a doctor! I turn around, and I'm like, all right, then I'll just go to Burger King, I guess. Really? Burger King? Have you seen your thighs? Turn around, right? So I'm like, all right, I don't know what to do. And then the light comes on, and instead of a gas light, it's a guilt light, right? So you push it, and she goes, I don't know what the problem is. I don't know why you can't just go to your mother's. All right, I'm going. You know, they want you to go to your mom, so I'm like, all right, I'll go to my mom. And the thing is too, like, I don't know what happens when you get older. When people get older, and you're getting older, they feel free to just tell you exactly what they're thinking without a censor. And it's a little hard to take, because you don't realize that you're getting older too. You feel like, oh, they're getting older, but I'm not getting older. Like, I saw my college roommate, her mother, Mrs. Kim. So Carol, who's my roommate, I see all the time, but her mother lives across the country, so I don't get to see her a lot. I hadn't seen her in like 15 years. And this is what Mrs. Kim says to me when she sees me for the first time. She's like,
it's good to see you, but you're getting so old, and still you're not married, no ringing, no husband, no children, no Barbie dream house, no happy ending for you. And then she looks at me, she goes, oh, you're never gonna have a children? That is so sad because when you die, nobody find your body for like 2-3 weeks.
Thanks a lot, Mrs. Kim. I told her to leave my body like that. And then she has the nerve to say, she gets a little close to me, she goes,
You know why you're not married? Because you don't wax your mustache.
Because you guys know what I'm talking about. You go in for your manicure, pedicure, and they always tell you that, do you want to wax your mustache? And you just think it's like, oh, they just want to make a little extra money. But I'm like, oh my God, do I really have a mustache? Do I have a goatee that they didn't realize I had, right? So the next time I went in and they asked me if I was waxing my mustache, I was like, I don't have any extra money, like did that last time I went. And so they start laughing. You guys know what I'm talking about. They start talking about you right in front of you. But the thing is, I understand the English words, right? So it's like, more
facial hair than Bigfoot.
I am right here, okay? I'm right here. So I look around the room to try to commiserate with anyone in the room because they're making fun of me right in front of me, and I see 2 guys waiting there at the nail salon to get their eyebrows waxed. Right? Now, you guys, you're a manly man, sir. Look at you. You don't manscape, right? No, it's confusing. Guys, you don't manscape. That's a young guy. Do you manscape?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh my God, you do. It's confusing. It confuses us. Okay.
That's what she wants, though.
Oh, you really?
I always get what I want.
Oh, no, but here's the thing. Well, it confuses me. I don't like men that manscape. I want a man like this guy right here, Grizzly Adams, like right in this thing. He's like an LL Bean catalog guy. I'm like, yeah, real Grizzly Adams. But you know what? Here's the thing. So these 2 guys are waiting there to get their eyebrows waxed, and they were laughing at me, and they were like these 2 like, you know, Italian, you know, Jersey Shore. Remember that show, Jersey Shore? These like Italian wannabe mob guys. So they're laughing, and I turned to them in my most ladylike way, and I was like, hey! Johnny Gubarats! Only 2 kind of guys get their eyebrows waxed. Drag queens and guys that can suck the filling out of the cannoli without cracking the shell. I don't want to say it, but when your friend stood up, your pinky ring fell out of his ass. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. The only thing you should be whacking is your Camaro. Capiche? And of course, every guy, since The Sopranos, who's big and Italian, thinks that they're going to be intimidating. He goes, hey, you better be careful who you're talking to. I might be connected. I was like, yeah, to a fork, you fat fuck. Shut up. Come on. Right? You guys are like, how are you not married? How are you not married? I know that's what you're thinking. So anyway, after Mrs. Kim said all that stuff to me, I started getting paranoid, and I was like, oh my God, I don't think I'm getting old. I really don't feel like I'm getting old. But then I started rethinking about things that I'm doing in my life, and I'm like, yeah, I'm starting to change habits. Like, when I was your age, when I was like super young, like you girls, you know what I kept by my bed in case of emergency? We all did. Victoria's Secret lingerie, because you never know when you're going to get a booty call or there's a true emergency and a hot cop comes in. Okay, you need to be ready. You know what I keep on my bed now in case of an emergency? An underwire bra, okay? Because I do not want to be that person on the 5 o'clock news trying to explain the fire while holding these sandbags, right? You know what I'm talking about? It's like, so what happened? And it was like 2:30 in the morning, and I was like, wait a minute, is somebody barbecuing at 2:30 in the morning? And then I was like, ain't nobody got time for that! And I ran down the hall and I said, Lord Jesus, it's a fire! And my boyfriend came out and he said, nah. I said, yeah. He said, nah. I said, yeah. He said, we gonna die in the fire. And I said, not today! So, I don't understand that. our best to look great. And there's one thing that ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to let you in on a secret. There's no way to look sexy getting out of this thing, and you girls are going to know what I'm talking about. Spanx, right? There's no way to sexily get out of a spank, even though we try. And we try to convince these guys, oh yeah, this is not a modern day girdle. This is actually lingerie, just so you know, right? And then you're trying to sexily pull it down, all of a sudden, and you like look like a busted can of biscuits. It's like, you like what you're looking at? You like what you're looking at? Doughboy whole fantasy going on, right? But the thing is that the guys always call you out. They're like, oh, that doesn't look like lingerie to me. It looks like a scuba suit. I'm like, it is a scuba suit. It's my self-contained underwater bolt hiding apparatus. That's right there. But you guys are no better. The men are no better. Okay, like this is a young guy right here. But all guys as they get older is try to keep up as like we do, you know, but they go to the gym. And the thing is that drives me bananas, and I don't understand it, gentlemen, is that do you guys see the guys that work their upper body and pay no attention to the legs? Yes. You girls know what I'm talking about? I want to walk up to them and be like, do you know you look like SpongeBob? What are you doing? What are you doing? It really does, but the thing is like, I don't know, the problem I have is like, I know I need to get married, but the problem I have is men. It's the thing, it's not what you're thinking, it's that I can't just pick one. Like, look at all the gorgeous men. Ladies, give it up for all the gorgeous men in the audience tonight, come on, let them hear you. Come on, even the two guys from the Muppet Show up there are clapping. You two, come on, you two, look at those two guys right there. The thing is, like, I love all different kinds of men, and there's like so many flavors of men to choose from. Like, have you ever been with a Latino man? Is that you're like, yes. You've been with one too, sir? That's she was like, kind of like, and you're like, Do we have any Latino men in the audience tonight? Where are my Latino guys? Where are my Latino guys? You're like, this is what Hartford gets serious. I'll tell you why. When I spent a lot of time in LA, there's tons of, have you been with a Latino guy? Turn away, sir, turn away. What is your name?
Taylor.
Taylor. A Latino man will make you feel so sexy. They make you feel so good about yourself. Like, you walk by a Latino man on the street in Iceland, Bridgeport, and so... All right, this has nothing to do with that. But I had while I was living in Bridgeport, I had one of my friends from LA come out. He's a gay guy, and he's like the funniest, fun guy. I love him so much, and he loves Latino men. So he goes, well, I'm out here. I'd love to meet some Latino guys. I was like, okay, well, what do you want to do? He's like, why don't we go to Home Depot? And I was like, what? And this is what I said, hand to God. We pull up to Home Depot, and he goes, finally, a real farmer's market. I'll take a wine and a Paco. Put him on my car. Wow. Anyway, so I'll go back to it. But Taylor, you walk by a Latino man, he will make you feel like the sexiest woman in the room. Like, he'll be like, hey, mommy, how you doing? Why don't you come over here and talk to Poppy? Which is very sexy. It's not the same when white guys try it. You know what I mean? Like the whitest white guy in the room, right around. Look at this guy. Sir, I can still see you even if you look away. Look at you, sir. I'm so glad to say, what's your name, sir? Mark. Chip. Give it up for Chip, ladies and gentlemen. All the way for Greenwich to be here tonight. I'm so excited. Now, if Chip, and this is another Chip, there's two Chips in the room. Okay, Taylor, if Chip used the same rap on you that the Spanish guys would use, it would sound totally different. It would sound something more like this. Excuse me, mommy. Would you mind, Charlie, coming over here so that I can bend you over this hand-sewn Corinthian leather couch and show you who's your primary parental figure? See, it's not sexy, but you're scared. Look at your heart. But I'm going to tell you who the sexiest men in the world are. I'm going to actually ask. Okay, you guys will tell me. You'll tell me the truth. Who are the sexiest men in the world? Go ahead and say it out loud. Did you hear what she said? Black men, give it up, come on, she said it. black man? Okay, he's looking at me like, I'm gonna kill you. Look at him, look at me like, wait, when? We've been married for 500 years. Are you in a hostage crisis situation because you can't even talk right now? You can't even talk, so give me a hand signal. She's blinking. Blink twice if you're okay. I can't tell what's happening. Because this guy's a little bit creepy, guys, in the hat. You gotta see him. As soon as I answered about the black guy, he was like, what? Okay, let me ask you a question. You guys are married?
No.
No? Are you in a hostage crisis situation? Let me ask you, okay, I have a feeling I know how you guys got together. If I'm right, I owe you a drink. You owe me a drink, and if I'm wrong, I owe you a drink. I think I know the line he used to pick you up. Tell me if I'm right.
If what? What was the
The
question?
line that he used to pick you up. I'm going to tell you what I think it is. And if I'm right, you owe me. Ready?
Okay, yeah.
Get in the van! I can't see that. I don't know if you can see. Stand up, sir. Stand up. Look at him. He's adorable, but he's creepy. Look at him. Can you picture him in an ice cream truck? It was like driving an ice cream truck around West Hartford, like which is what we'd all be hearing. But in his head, it would be like, this is the song to lure the kids, and then we cook and eat them. So anyway, girls. Yeah, right. Okay, you've been with black men. Okay, this is the thing, ladies. I'm gonna just give you a free advertisement because I always want to let you know, and gentlemen, equal opportunity. Here we go. Black men are very sexy because they will tell you exactly what's gonna happen to you. Like, I was at a club and this gorgeous black man came up to me and was like, girl, I'm gonna take you home, put barbecue sauce on you, and work you like a rib. It's not the same what white guys do. Chip, get up here for a second. Give it up for Chip, ladies and gentlemen. Come on, Chip. Get up here. Come on, he needs encouragement. Chip, get up here. What's happening? Look at Chip, all the way from Greenwich. Okay. Chip, I want you to look at Taylor right over there. This girl right here. The blonde who's dying to be with the black guy. Okay, so I want you to tell her you're going to pour barbecue sauce on her. And do you want another chip, Philly? Hold on. I want you to, oh my God, Chip, don't die, don't die. Here we go. You're going to pour barbecue sauce on her and work her like a rib.
Yeah.
Give it up for Chip. Chip let us down, but you're the real representative. Look at Taylor. Wait a minute, this is not for that, is it?
Taylor? I'm gonna pour barbecue sauce on you.